So we're here to help you understand the proper way to fit a mask. As you can see, we have over 45 masks on display. There's a wide range of faces out there, so we have to make sure we carry the right mask to fit the proper face. With number one, and that is the natural seal. You're gonna put the mask properly on your face and you're gonna look up at a 45-degree angle. And without pushing, you should just suck in and it should seal. This mask seals properly on my face. Let me grab another mask. Again, I take the mask, I put it on my face, and I look up. See how it seals? But actually, I played a trick on you. Just before I sucked in with my nose, I pushed gently. It doesn't seal. That's called a false seal. If you have to push it all to make that mask seal, that's called a false seal. And what will happen is your mask will stay sealed most of the time. But if you start snorkeling for any period of time, or you come up from a dive and release the pressure, your mask will start to leak. The second thing is the distance between your lip and the bottom of the seal. If you put the mask on your face and the seal comes right down to your lips, that's not going to work because it will seal here in the shop, but as soon as you put a snorkel or regulator in your mouth, it'll leak up your smile lines. It's important that you have a mask that gives plenty of distance between the top of your lip and the bottom of the seal. So it's important they get a mask that has a seal that's cut up that gives them that distance between the top of the lip and the bottom of the nose. Also, some misnomers. Some people say, well, the best way to test this is to bite on your knuckle. That is not necessarily accurate because that's not the way you hold a regulator or snorkel in your mouth. You wrap your lips around the mouthpiece on a regulator snorkel, which pulls at a different angle and therefore could cause a mask to seal. If they find a mask that does seal, it's important that you always make sure your nose is buried in the bottom of the nose pocket so you pull that seal off your lip. Number three, some people, when they put the mask on their face, have a higher pressure point in one spot than the other. For example, I like this mask. I like the way it fits, and you saw the way it seals, but the problem is I have a big bridge on my nose. What happens with that bridge is when I put the mask on, I feel pressure right here on my nose, on the bridge of my nose. Now, there's people with the opposite problem, and those are people who have no bridge on their nose at all. Their nose is flat or the bridge is indented. And what happens there is, instead of their nose being pressed against their mask, their forehead presses against the top of the glass. Same thing, one dive, not that big of a deal, but if they're snorkeling all day or they're doing multiple dives a day, they'll end up with a headache at the end of the day from that pressure of the mask pushing against the forehead. The last thing we're going to talk about is making sure the face actually fits in the mask. But if you look very carefully, my eyebrows are in the seal. So even though it seals properly here at the shop, when I go diving and I start moving my eyes around, looking around in the undersea world, whether it be from the surface snorkeling or scuba diving, it'll start to leak where my eyebrows are covered by the seal. So it's important that almost all of your eyebrows fit inside the seal and that the seal doesn't cover a major part of your eyebrow. So those are the things that affect the seal of a mask. Natural seal, the distance between the bottom of the seal of the mask and your lips. The mask fits properly and there's no excess pressure in one place, making sure your eyebrows fit inside the mask so later on, even though it seals, it won't leak. That's all I got. Thanks and enjoy diving.